Yoshinobu Yamamoto has his worst start of the season. The Dodgers get some bad luck on the base pass. The bats don't come through. Shohei Ohtani does homer, some signs of life for Max Muncy. But do the Dodgers have a Michael Conforto problem? And we've got a big injury update. That's coming up next on the Dodgers Nation postgame show.
It's time for Dodger Baseball.
Tommy Tank strikes again, and the Dodgers lead 3-0. Gibby! Meet Freddie! Tommy sends one in the air, the other way, back it goes! Gone! One-of-a-kind player! One-of-a-kind season!
What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Thanks for rocking with us after the Dodgers lose to the D-backs by a final score of 5-3. They dropped to 25-13 on the season. They're now tied with, believe it or not, the Detroit Tigers for the best record in Major League Baseball. Still a game up on the Padres in the National League West. But it was a frustrating night for the Los Angeles Dodgers. You had a ton of hard contact that just did not fall for base hits. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, he enters this start with a .9 ERA, and he leaves this start doubling that. He is up at 1.8, and Yamamoto didn't have his best stuff. His ERA now at 1.8, but still, we're going to get into that. He made two bad pitches. The offense not doing enough for most of the night. You had a lot of hard contact, but nothing falling for you. The Dodgers offense on the night, they went 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position. They left 8 men on base, not creating enough opportunities. And look, this is a Dodgers team on a long road trip going from Miami to Arizona. It's a 4-game series against a division opponent. Now the Diamondbacks have 20 wins on the season. The NL West is the only division that has 4 20-game winners so far. Of course, the Rockies are also in that, but they're not 20-game winners. They're going 6-31. It's like the meme with all the military dudes, and there's the clown in there. That's the Rockies in the National League West. But this game really came down to a couple innings. And the innings that you need to know about are the bottom of the 4th inning. Yamamoto had some jams early on, but was getting out of them. Really had that splitter working early in the outing, but he issues a leadoff walk to Smith. Then Naylor reaches on an infield single. Mookie tries to make the play and flip it to Kim. They can't get the play. And then the 2 big mistakes on the 0-2 pitch to Suarez. He hits him up and in on his arm, and he just overthrows the slider, and that loads the bases with no outs, and that brings up Gabby Moreno. He falls behind the count 2-0, and then he just leaves a cutter out over the plate. Moreno gets extended, and he hits a grand slam.
Moreno the other way. It backs up Baez, still backing up, and it's gone! Gabriel Moreno. It's a Gabby grand slam.
So there's a lot of things that were just weird. It was a weird, funky game. And think about this. This was an anomaly. This was an aberration. I see people out there, Yamamoto got exposed. Yamamoto got exposed by the Diamondbacks with a great offense. Think about this. That was a home run. That was the first of the year for Gabby Moreno. In Yamamoto, he gave up 5 runs tonight, and that was one more than his previous 5 starts combined in 30 innings of work. And he gave up the solo shot after to Marte, but so far this season, that has not been an issue for Yoshinobu Yamamoto. It was the 3rd start of the season that he gave up more than a run. I mean, he's been fantastic all year, gave up 2 home runs in this one, and also want to point at something out, too, when it comes to Yamamoto. The run support just hasn't been there for him this season. He's been one of the best pitchers in the sport, easily top 5, but has not gotten the run support. And I think in this one, it starts to wear on you, right? You have to, at some point, you got to kind of pay the bill there, and they were certainly doing that. And you look at Yamamoto on the night, you expect a little more. This season, he's getting 2.03 run support runs on average. That is the worst among all qualifying pitchers in Major League Baseball. Let me say that one more time. The Dodgers have given him just over 2 runs per start. That's the least amount of runs that any starting pitcher in all of Major League Baseball has received. So Yamamoto has given you ace-level performance, and the Dodgers offense, they have not given him very much. And through this entire season, he has really been dominant. He's been fantastic. There's no doubt about that. And tonight was just 2 bad pitches. 2 bad pitches. He misses with the cutter, and then he hits Suarez. But this one kind of made me laugh a little bit. Later in the game, with the Diamondbacks up 4-0, jump to the bottom of the 5th inning, and Marte's at the plate. Ketel Marte's at the plate, a 1-1 count, and he hits a home run off Yamamoto, and you would have thought he hit it 5,000 feet. You would have thought he hit it all the way to Jupiter with the way he was pimping this home run. Just take a look at this.
Marte launches a rocket to right field. And it's gone. Ketel Marte.
Like, bro, calm down. You didn't just hit a walk-off shot to win the World Series. It was your first home run of the season. So that made me laugh a little bit. I hope Yamamoto kind of remembers that. I hope that the Dodgers see that after the game. And I'm not saying go out there and plunk Marte. I mean, look, baseball's fun. I'm not saying, hey, do that, but expect something to come about it, because you pimp a home run against the leader for the Cy Young. I think that that's a little bush league. I really do. I mean, like, I'm not being a hater on fun, but I think that if you want to just kind of police it yourself for the Dodgers, you can totally do that. So yeah, he gives up the 2 home runs tonight. That matched how many home runs he'd given up all season. He gives up 2 home runs in this one. And for Yamamoto, 2 home runs in 5 innings. For the year, he had given up 2 home runs in 40 innings. And he led all of Major League Baseball with a 9 ERA, a .90 ERA. So, look, it was a tough night for Yamamoto. And then the other thing you got to point out, too, is this Dodgers offense. Yes, they didn't create a lot of opportunities, but, man, they were scorching the baseball, but had nothing to show for it. They had 10 balls that were hit that were considered hard hit balls. They were over 98.7 miles per hour. And that was all against Brandon Pfaadt. If you just look at the Baseball Savant page tonight, these exit velos, I mean, the Michael Conforto lineouts in the 4th, 110.9 miles per hour. James Outman, a flyout in the 3rd, 105.4 miles per hour. That would have been a home run at Dodger Stadium. It would have been a home run in 21 of 30 ballparks. Had a .930 expected batting average. Then Mookie Betts hit one as a lineout over 105 miles per hour. Hyeseong Kim in the 9th, he scorched one, had a .540 expected batting average that went as an out. Shohei Ohtani in a ground out. I mean, the Dodgers were hitting the ball hard all night. They just weren't able to capitalize, but they did get a rally going late. They were talking about on the broadcast the Dodgers hadn't been shut out on the road since July of last season. They've only been shut out twice this season through 37 games, but the Dodgers offense did start a rally in the 8th inning, down 5-0. Mookie Betts, he gets a leadoff single. Couple batters later, Will Smith singles. That gave the Dodgers runners on 1st and 2nd. And then on the 2-2, Max Muncy fouls off a couple pitches. Then on the 7th pitch, he takes a 99+ mile per hour fastball and cranks it for a ground rule double. And that gave the Dodgers their first run of the night to make it a 5-1 game.
Rio shook to this pitch. Another 2-2. And now Muncy hits the ball in the air to right field. Carroll on the run, back on the warning track. And one hops over it and toward the pool.
So that definitely is encouraging to see Muncy come through in that spot. And then Andy Pages, next batter, first pitch, he singled to right to make it 5-2. And then this was the key moment of the game. If you're going to remember one moment from tonight's loss for the Los Angeles Dodgers, it was a Michael Conforto at bat with runners on the corners, a guy that has hit into 6 double plays entering that at bat. He's had 6 double plays entering that at bat. And on the 0-2, he grounds into a double play, and that ends the inning. They reviewed it. They looked at it. They showed Dave Roberts in Dave Roberts' mouth, hey, that's effing close. So it looked like a close bang-bang play, but he was just out. He was just out even after the review. There just wasn't enough there to review it, and then that was it. And then that ends the inning. That ends the rally. The Dodgers did, in their last ups at the top of the ninth inning, Shohei Ohtani with 2 outs. He absolutely obliterated a four-seamer right on the inner half for his 11th bomb of the year. I don't care if it's a win or loss. It's always great to look at a show bomb.
Payoff. Ohtani scorches one to right center field. This ball's going to carry out of here. Dodgers not done yet.
So great. Love that. Shohei Ohtani, 11th home run of the season. But I want to talk about Michael Conforto, because now Michael Conforto, yes, he is hitting the ball hard. Yes, you're starting to see better at-bats, but you have to start seeing some results for Michael Conforto. And right now, after tonight, he has 15 hits, and he's grounded into 7 double plays. It almost feels like it's the same amount of double plays as hits. Recently, his batting average is down to 135, the on-base at 278, the slug at 225, weighted runs created plus at 55. The strikeout rate on the year is at 30.1%. The Dodgers might have a Michael Conforto problem. And Dave Roberts has already said that they're going to give him an extended run to figure things out. We've seen Andy Pages go through a bad slump and get his way out of it. We've seen this a lot of times. But tonight was a example of, hey, you can't have a rally killer that's a black hole in your lineup. And when Tommy Edman comes back, I do want to see the potential of having Tommy Edman at second. I want to see Hyeseong Kim getting burn. And then what about having Kike Hernandez get some more opportunities? The issue is, I think you need another left-handed bat if you kind of want to go that route. But I think if you're Michael Conforto, yes, you gave it a ride. He hit some balls pretty hard. It looks like he's closer than he's been. Hits it deep into the outfield. But, look, the results are just not there. And if I'm the Dodgers, hey, I'm really kind of thinking about kind of what are the options here with Michael Conforto. He already has been the least productive hitter in Major League Baseball for over a month. What are you gaining by having him go out there and just continue to struggle? And that was a tough one to keep it on the ground. Okay, guys, so tough loss tonight. We'll get into a big injury update in a second. But let's go to your comments, guys. Welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show, the #1 Dodgers post-game show on YouTube. Let's read your comments. Alex Renteria, Conforto has that giant stench, the real 005. Conforto double play. Conforto always do his job. Court the Crusader. I mean, Marte's home run went off the top of the wall. Exactly. I mean, my man tried to pimp that thing. It literally hit the top of the wall and went over. It's a wall scraper, and he's pimping it like he just hit it 600 feet. Okay? I'm going to remember that. If I'm the Dodgers, through the course of a long 162-game season, I think that you bank those things. I think you keep those things in the back pocket. Because remember, this is a Diamondbacks team that, look, if you have a really good weekend, you're right back into this division race. They have 20 wins now and 3 more against the Dodgers. So they're looking to make up ground against L.A. The Dodgers, look, you're going across country. It's a long road trip. You hit the ball hard. Didn't have much to show for it. Yamamoto made a couple bad pitches. He's going to be fine. He didn't get exposed. But yeah, I'm using anything as fuel for sure. We got Roy Estrada, Crusader. What's up, Roy Estrada? Let's keep going, guys. Welcome to the Dodgers Nation. Alex Renteria, D-Mac, this loss is on you. Hey, what did I do? I had a single there in that late inning. What's up, D-Mac? What's up, Claudia? What's up, Bilal K? Yeah, so what? How many runs do we get for hard hit balls, D-Mac? Yeah, look, I'm just trying to say that a lot of times those hard hit balls, if you play the averages out through the course of a season, those are going to fall, and it's an indicator of offensive success. I mean, at the same token, I think that you have to know how to play that field, and it's extremely cavernous outfield. I think if you're Yamamoto, we've seen pitchers not have the feel for their breaking stuff in Arizona just because of the air and the way it plays there. And you see the two pitches that he struggled with, the slider that he just kind of overthrew, and then Moreno, the cutter, leaves it up in the zone, and the Marte, that was another cutter. So he didn't have the feel for that cutter. Clearly that was an issue. You wonder if going to some rosin there, kind of working the ball a little bit, find that grip, it makes you wonder if there was a grip thing happening for Yamamoto because his stuff just wasn't breaking like it typically does, like we've seen it break all season long. But ADG, Dodgers on the jet lag tonight. Look, it's baseball, man. It's you win, you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some, and this is one where they lost for sure. But I think, like I said, the biggest story tonight is about Michael Conforto's continued struggles. Max Muncy at least showing some life for sure. Kim didn't have the best night. Didn't have a hard hit ball that went as an out. But Conforto needs to start getting it going because, look, even James Outman. I mean, you look at James Outman tonight. I mean, he had a hard hit ball that would have been a home run too. I mean, you look at tonight. I mean, how crazy is tonight? The Dodgers, they hit. I mean, look, even Max Muncy. So Max Muncy's home double late, that would have been a home run in a couple different parks. You look at where Ohtani, of course, that's a home run in 30 of 30. Outman's, if that was at Dodger Stadium, he would have hit that one out, man. That was a home run in 21 of 30 parks. And then, yeah, I mean, that's kind of where they were at today. So, yeah, I mean, look, I think James Outman, look, he's a left-handed bat, right? But he also has above-average defense. And if I'm the Dodgers and Conforto's going to struggle like this, I'm seriously considering having James Outman in center, having Andy Pages in right, and then in left, I think you could give Kike some more at-bats. I think that when Tommy Edman's ready to come back off the IL possibly next week, I think that it's an opportunity to kind of mix some things up, to change some things and give Michael Conforto an opportunity to kind of hit that reset button if he hasn't started to hit by this weekend. I mean, it's a long and dark slump, and we've seen long and dark slumps for sure with this Dodgers team. But I think for Conforto, even though you're seeing him square balls a little more, at the end of the day, it's a result-based business. And you're looking, here's the thing. You still have the best record with him on your team. So that, like, one of the things too, what kind of want to point out is it's extra frustrating tonight just because it's a magnified play, because it's a double play that was a rally-killing double play for sure. But if there's any team out there that can live through having Michael Conforto struggle, it's the Dodgers. I mean, you can't do it forever, but you do have the best record, even though he's going through a really, really rough slump. I mean, if you just kind of look at where he's been in his last 12 games, you ready for this? Last 12 games for Michael Conforto. Ready for this? Are you ready? You sure you're ready? No, it's a 1 for his last 40. 1 for his last 40. And that one hit was a single. And in that stretch, 16 strikeouts and 40 at-bats. If you want to go even further back than that for Michael Conforto, he is 7 for his last 77 in his last 24 games, hitting 91. Of those 7 hits for Michael Conforto, no extra base hits in that stretch, and exactly 1 RBI, and that 1 RBI was a ground out against the Braves. I mean, this is definitely a dark slump. It really is. And, yeah, I mean, you want to go closer? Last 7 games, he's 1 for his last 21. I mean, yeah, it just has been a rough go of it for Michael Conforto. Okay, here we go. Nando 390, Conforto playing worse than Jerry Sands. Ouch. Did Jerry Sands getting that shout out on the show? Delirium 9, I agree about the jet lag. 5 hours flight can feel like an eternity. Look, these guys are professionals. I think it's more of a combination of, look, the Diamondbacks are going to win some games for sure. Tonight just wasn't the Dodgers' night. I think, like I said, the Michelada half full takes. It was a very nice at bat there by Max Muncy. It was a really good appearance by Jack Dreyer. Jack Dreyer went 3 innings, gave up some hits, but for the most part, he was effective. He put up scoreless innings, so definitely felt good about that. And for Yamamoto, like I said, get the man some run support. Get the man some run support. I mean, even the Diamondbacks. I mean, the Diamondbacks went 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. They just got the big bomb. Another thing, too, the Dodgers, 9 strikeouts tonight, 3 walks. And look, you had 9 hits. You feel okay about that. Even 9 hits is a pretty decent amount. And really, if you kind of want to step into the box, we'll do that right now. We'll check out the box score, kind of see how much it tells the story of this one. Yeah, I mean, you can see right here that you did have pretty consistent production up and down. Ohtani 1 for 5 with the home run. Betts 2 for 5. Freddie Freeman, he extended his hit streak. So 13 games, you feel good about that for Freddie Freeman. Smith goes 2 for 3. Muncy goes 2 for 4. So a 2-hit game for Muncy. That's something to build on. That's a Michelada half full take. Then Pages goes 1 for 4. And that's the bottom of the lineup. We've talked about it all season long. When the bottom of the lineup does not create run-producing opportunities, it limits what this offense is capable of. In Conforto, Kim, and Outman, that group right there, and then you add Kike Hernandez, who pinch hit for James Outman. They go combine 0 for 11. The bottom of the lineup go 0 for 11. These 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Dodgers, 0 for 11 in this one. The concern for Kim tonight, by the way, he goes 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. He had 1 strikeout heading into this one, so not a good night for Hyeseong Kim. Not a great night for the Dodgers as a whole, but let's get into your comments. So let me ask you down below in the comments section. Let's have a little convo. If you're the Dodgers, what do you do with Michael Conforto? What would be your solution? Would you rest him? Would you maybe send him on an IL situation if that kind of presented itself? Would you DFA him? Would you look to trade him? Just what would you do? Would you send him to the bench? Mario Landaverde says Conforto belly 3.0, Mr. Classic. Conforto has to go. Damn. Jack Geezy. Conforto just hit into another double play now. Just saw that. Jack Geezy. Come on, man. Gonna have to give you a bruh. No, but I'll actually give you a finish him.
Finish him.
There we go. We got Conforto has to go. We've got Jack. I called the Conforto DP when Pages was up. AU Potter, better send him to Mars. Joe Mama, where the F is Honeywell? The problem with Honeywell is he doesn't have options. 818-LARYKA. Conforto needs to hit up a strip club with no undies and mesh shorts. Come on, man. What are we talking about here? YouTube. That was his moment in the 8th to turn ish around. Yeah, YouTube. I love that you bring that up. I'm going to give that an early comment of the show. I love that you bring that up because that's what I was looking for. In that situation, when Michael Conforto was at the plate, I saw that as, hey, this is an opportunity to have a big moment, and you build upon that. I mean, Max Muncy hit the home run against the Marlins. He's been better since that. I mean, you get moments like that, and you feel the weight lifted off you. I mean, after he had his first base hit in a long time in Miami, he had his hands raised like he was Andy Dufresne in Shawshank Redemption after he got out of jail, right? So it felt like that was going to be the moment. Clearly, the at-bats have been better, but clearly that hasn't completely translated. So we get to Bad X Beats. Tommy and Teo can't come back soon enough. Yeah, I know. I feel like it's the Wolverine meme, and I'm just looking at Tommy Edman and Teoscar Hernandez because Teoscar Hernandez, he's the glue of this offense, and Tommy Edman, he's the Energizer Bunny, right? He's the spark plug. He's the catalyst. He's kind of the wild card, too. I mean, he's what kind of takes his offense from a great offense and makes them truly elite. That's what takes this offense to the elite level. When you get the contributors like a Tommy Edman, a Teoscar Hernandez, you know you're going to get production from Shohei, Mookie, and Freddie to varying degrees. But it's when the other guys step up that it makes this team so impossible to beat. Okay, so I'm going to read some of your comments right here about Michael Conforto. Craig Osterberg says Conforto is hot. Of course, he's being sarcastic there. Neil Nagota Conforto is just a journeyman and doesn't really bring anything to the Dodgers. There's a reason why San Francisco and Chicago Cubs got rid of him, and look at the difference with San Francisco and the Cubs. I remember that single. The 818 remembers the single. Ron Fig, Conforto needs to call Mark Grace and find a slump buster. I like that. That's a nice pull. Mark Gray, shout out to no batting gloves, by the way. BC on the bright side, the Dodgers had the same number of hits as Phoenix. I like that. Call him Phoenix. Send Conforto to play in Japan. Bilal K. Conforto had that one hit, and Robert said he's turning the corner. I mean, look, that's the thing, though. What is Dave supposed to do? I mean, he's trying to breathe some confidence into his guys, make sure that he still supports them, and it makes sense that you're going to support your guys. That's how that job works. Okay, what's Dave supposed to say? Nah, he's still in that slump. He's still in the slump. The hit meant nothing. I think that he's going to be even worse. D-Mac, you cursed him. You too. Maybe I did. AU Botter bench himself all the same. Conforto. I know Jack Geezy. I like this point from Jack Geezy. I like this. We need some positivity in here, and Jack Geezy is bringing this. Conforto was hitting 360 for 2 weeks. It's not like he can't do it. Yeah, I mean, last year he had a good year. The start of this season, believe it or not, the start of the season, he did have a really nice stretch at the beginning of the year, and then it wasn't a long stretch, but there was his moments for sure that it looked like he was going to be a sneaky, really, really good player for the team. And look, it's not like that's impossible. I mean, it's still on the table. It's that early. I mean, first 18 games, he was an above average hitter. 2 home runs. It's just the slugging has fallen off the table. The slugging is nowhere to be found, and now the hits are nowhere to be found. Then you add the fact that he's a below average defender. Well, then you look at a guy that right now, overall, he's been a negative 0.6 F-WAR. So, yeah, and last year, I mean, the isolated power has gone down significantly. He needs the Jobu rum or something, man. Put some sage in that clubhouse around his locker. He just needs to change things up. What should he do? What's the slump buster that he needs? Let me know. Alex ran through it. D-Mac, if Conforto was average, we would be up by at least 6 games in the division. Yeah, I mean, look, if you had replacement level players up and down the bottom of that lineup, this team would be on pace for the best record ever. Absolutely believe that. So it's a fair point. BC's pointing out Muncy's batting average 188 with a 600 OPS. Sure, you can point that out. But, I mean, at least there's some signs of life. At least there's a pulse. That's and I'm not sold on Max Muncy turning it around and looking like the Max Muncy that we've seen in years past. There's no guarantees that happens. No guarantees about anything in Major League Baseball. But every single full season that Max Muncy has played, he's averaged 32 home runs. Now, is he going to do that this year? Most likely not. But compared to Michael Conforto, he is definitely on a better path than he is. But if you look at the last week for Max Muncy, it's still a slump. But it's not as bad as Conforto. He's 4 for his last 24. So, yeah, I mean, Muncy and Conforto, those guys, you hope that they find something. And tonight, hopefully Muncy found something that he can build on. But this is what you guys would do with Conforto, and I'm very curious to see what this is. Roy Estrada Conforto will sit tomorrow against Asrod. Yeah, how do you not want to be a Dodger? Eduardo Rodriguez, the first guy in the history of mankind to be like, you know what? Yeah, Detroit over L.A., yeah, of course, we know what he was trying to do, but Conforto to Hawaii from Ella Shiva Jones, Cord the Crusader. Concerning Kim, baseball is a cruel game. It's just one game. Dodger Z Showtime fans says DFA Conforto, MP DFA him. Aaron M says send him on a little vacation. Mr. Classic. Hyeseong didn't focus, needs more play discipline. Cyrus is Phantom IL. BC, one of the worst signings Freeman has made, and he's made tons of awful ones. Wow. You're really throwing him in that bucket. Look, I do think that right now he almost feels like it right now, at least, it's almost like he's the offensive position player version of what Noah Syndergaard was on the pitching side. You guys know, sometimes I'm brutally honest. That's, I hope, why you tune into this show, is because I don't sugarcoat things. I try to keep it a buck, try to keep it 100. And there was a lot of hype with Noah Syndergaard in the offseason on a one-year deal. The social media team put out this really awesome Thor-inspired, just this incredible social media clip where there was lightning outside of Dodger Stadium. Everyone was excited about Thor maybe getting those lightning bolts back, but Thor was a thud for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and he would go on to say the creepiest thing that anyone's ever really said in the Dodgers clubhouse, saying he would give up his first son to get his velocity back or something like that. I'm like, bro, chill a little bit. But right now, that's how it feels. But I hope that he proves us all wrong. Please, Michael Conforto. I'm the guy who thought that he had a chance to be an all-star, okay? And you guys know my track record pretty much speaks for itself, right? But Conforto, please, I beg you, I plead for you, at least no double plays for a while. Let's have that moment for sure. Bat X Beat says, bottom line, he's a black hole. Ben Meza, bro, D-Mac. Yeah, I'll give myself a bruh. 10-day injureless trade. Who's going to want him? Come on, D-Mac, MP. Yeah, I mean, look, we've seen this. Look, they're not going to be afraid to move off him if he can't hit. There's, like I've said on the show a million times, that there's no such thing as a bad one-year contract. And the reason why I say that is you're not financially committed for more than a year. Noah Syndergaard, they gave him $13 million. They moved off of him very quickly. They treated him like a used couch at a frat house. They just put it on the sidewalk. They put free couch. A homeless dude slept there for a couple of days, and then he took him to Cleveland, and they sent Rosario back. Hot take. The Dodgers will trade for Eddie Rosario, right? And I think this case, will that happen to Conforto? It's different just because he's a position player. And we just don't know if he's lost it, if he can handle the pressure. I mean, there's another thing, too. I mean, Conforto signed that deal hoping that he was going to be kind of the J.D. Martinez, the Teo, a guy that kind of builds on this and puts together a nice contract for himself. So maybe he's pressing a little bit by having that 1-year contract, hoping to get a nice last big payday for sure. We got, it's Epic 882. You're getting so blocked. We got Richard Flores. Wish Conforto good luck in his new job, pizza delivery. Wow. Richard Flores is, he's going crazy with it. We got to Dan from AM. Conforto 135. Maybe put Conforto in a different spot in the lineup. That's from Court the Crusader. Wow, here we finally have someone trying to throw something out there other than just send him to Jupiter. Look, I do think that would that be a vote of confidence, kind of throwing him up in the order with Teo kind of out? Yeah, I mean, it would be tough to imagine that. It really would. I think for himself, that would feel kind of forced at this point. He knows what he has to do, and I think that the guys around him hitting can help him too. But he's missing pitches. He's fouling on pitches that he's hit in the past. Beersama, we also should take into consideration. Fott is a really good pitcher. Yeah, I mean, Brandon Fott's a great pitcher. I mean, give him credit. Tip of the cap to him. Gave some hard hit balls today, but he was really, really good. We got Beersama. Can someone plant some ringworm cream in Conforto's locker so he can get suspended? Okay. That's a good one. Super chat from Gabriel Hemmer 499. Great play by Mookie. Bad decision. Naylor running at first. One day our shortstop will play a good game. Right field with that weak outfield. We have Tommy, shortstop, Kim in center field. You know what's crazy is Mookie, if you believe this, I don't know. But the truth of the matter is, as far as his early defensive metrics, he's actually graded out as a better defensive shortstop through 37 games, not including tonight, but I still think there were some solid plays tonight. He's graded out as a better defensive shortstop than Willie Adames, Bo Bichette, Ellie De La Cruz, and Francisco Lindor. I mean, Mookie's actually been really good at shortstop. Is it the best thing for him long term? I would say no, but really good. Additional by subtraction, that's from Jeff. We've got Drew Durr. I get the idea Conforto is a better second half guy, but come on. I think the issue is more mental. That's from Drew Durr. So that's a solid point, too. He's definitely a really good second half player. He was really good in the second half last year. He caught fire. He was basically 40% above league average. But that's why I'm not selling all my Conforto stock. Isaiah Cruz says Conforto can't even hit a beach ball. MP says trade for Newt Bar for CF. Forget Luis Robert Jr. I'm not. I still think that's a really good possibility if you can get that. Gremlin says Conforto needs a torta. Super chat from Ben Meza 199. Ben Meza, I don't think Conforto could hit a home run off of Lance Lynn right now, playing the way he's playing. Okay, guys, that's we're going crazy now. Rosemary Rodriguez, I'm benching Conforto. Band have him to work on it. Yeah, I think that's the thing too. Kind of the reset would probably be the way to go if he can't do it. If he can't figure his way out of this slump. I mean, it's too early to just completely write him off and move off of him because you gave him $17 million. And the truth is, I mean, how about like if Conforto got DFA'd, like you just know he'd sign up somewhere else. It'd probably be a team the Dodgers would face, and he'd be like a deadly hitter. We just know that would happen. So, like I said, D-Mac Conforto should dye his hair blue. That's from Paul Gutierrez. AU Potter, that double play really, really hurt us all. Nando 390, Freeman punching air over Conforto. Yeah, we're all definitely hurt from that double play. Rosemary Rodriguez, put C3 in the bench. And put C3 in bench Conforto, make him feel like he's losing. And maybe he'll light a fighter. I don't know what to do at the moment. Please, what's the issue? I mean, eyeglasses for Conforto. That's from Ella Shiva Jones. Let's see how he does this weekend. I mean, if he starts all these games, doesn't get a hit, then you're looking at a really, really dark slump. BC Luis Robert Jr. would indicate they just don't want to repeat. Man, interesting. I disagree with you on that one. Beer Sum, I think Conforto is our version of Joey Gallo for the Yankees. Yeah, the difference is they traded for him, and he was making a little more money there. Now, on a positive note, I want to give you guys a big injury update, and that is for Michael Kopech. So Michael Kopech, he began his rehab assignment tonight for AAA Oklahoma City, and the good news was that he started it, so it means he's healthy enough to start pitching in. The bad news is he did not have very good command at all. He started the game and he issued walks to the first 5 batters that he faced on 23 pitches. That's not the good news. He threw 18 straight balls at one point. And the last batter that he was facing, it was 3-0, and he got a called strike. And he sarcastically enough, he actually waved to the crowd a little bit, which was pretty hilarious on his end. I want to show you guys this. Here's Conforto, and after he got that first strike, he waves to the crowd. It's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. I like those jerseys, by the way. I like these OKC Comets jerseys. But here's him waving on the crowd after getting that first strike call. That's pretty awesome stuff by Michael Conforto, man. He's great. Because look, I mean, at the end of the day, he's just trying to get in work. And the other important aspect of this was the fact that he topped out at 98.2 miles per hour. He averaged 96.2 through 19 fastballs. So he's working his way back. He had the shoulder impingement, and he was huge. I mean, he pitched in 10 of the Dodgers' 16 postseason games, right? He's been massive since he joined this club via trade last summer. And yeah, I mean, as far as the timeline for him, it's going to be interesting to see when he comes back. So Evan Phillips, the way they kind of very slowly worked him back, and then now he's back on the IL. They're trying to figure out just why he's not bouncing back like they're hoping he does with that forearm tightness and just kind of feeling a little better. So with him, it's going to be interesting to see when they activate him. But yeah, Kopech, Phillips, and Blake Trinan, 3 of the Dodgers' best relievers on the IL right now, 14 pitches on the IL. And so that definitely is significant. And you're going to see Michael Kopech, he's going to make at least 4 to 5 rehab appearances before returning to the Dodgers bullpen. So tonight wasn't a good one, but hey, at least he had a good sense of humor about it, and love me some Michael Conforto. Roberto says Michael Conforto has a cool walk-up song. It is a cool. It's like a chill, like EDM something. Yeah, I forgot which one it is. Beer Song. I think Conforto is our okay. Couple more here, guys. Super chat from Dodgers DJ. I'm going to the game. 517. Who do you have starting? Also, will be at the games when they play the Mets in New York at the end of the month. What should I report on? Yeah, Dodger DJ, give us everything you got for sure. Yeah, I mean, so Kersh is probably going to be there. I want to say that Sunday game. And you're going to be looking at Yamamoto or Roki for one of those weekend starts because that's kind of what they've been doing. They've been on that college schedule. So the night, too, I want to mention, too, the Yamamoto was pitching on 5 days rest. So a little less rest for him tonight. I don't think that was a major factor. I'm curious to see if they asked him about that, if that was a factor. But, MP DMAC, in other words, Kopech is now Bobby Miller. No, look, here's the thing about Bobby Miller, too. You do not have, I see people saying you move Bobby Miller to the bullpen. You do not have the luxury of that level of depth to do that with Bobby Miller. You just do not, okay? Because you need as many starting pitchers as you possibly can have in your organization. You do not want to limit that in any way, shape, or form. Now is not the time to consider that. But a couple more here, guys. Some final thoughts. And we'll be back tomorrow, guys. I got Jose Mota on the show tomorrow and Dodgers trivia back by popular demand. So get ready. We're giving away a T-shirt on tomorrow's show, Dodgers trivia. So we're also getting ready for our next giveaway, too. We already had the Rogi Sasaki one, but absolutely. Couple more here. We got, here's a big one from 818. Dodgers made the same mistake with Belly and Albin in 2022, played Belly all year and slumped while Albin was hot in AAA, then brought up Albin and started him in the playoffs, and he was sunk. Yeah, I mean, you got to know when to use these guys. I like this one. Let's end on a positive note. Hector Yamamoto still winning the Cy Young. Yes, the ERA doubled, but it was an anomaly. He's going to be just fine. And that's going to do it for this episode of the Dodgers Nation postgame show. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. If you haven't yet, do me a huge favor. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Hit the like button. And remember that nothing, absolutely nothing, brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Tommy Tank strikes again, and the Dodgers lead 3-0.